Hey y'all, welcome back to Rimworld, and today we're picking up where we left off in the last episode, give or take a few minutes, but there's quite a few things going on. I mean, we did pretty good last episode, we got everything set up, but I know I mentioned before, and this needs to be extended out because we're not going to be able to shoot around that edge. We need people up there with many guns, and we also need to get our Dubs hygiene up and going and get that situated to the point to where we can manage our peoples, because they'll get sick if they keep drinking out of the river down there. Plus, I really don't want them outside because zombies are coming in 2 hours, y'all. 2 game hours, and it's about to go down for real. Oops, that was a misclick right there. So with this situated right here, once this gets built, we'll have water, we'll have hygiene taken care of. The wash bin, I can't remember if I placed that down, but I really need to get this wood in. So let's go ahead and priority haul that. How we looking over here? Food so far is looking good. Really, hopefully we're able to get some crops in pretty soon. But I think, yeah, let's... if I don't do this now, I'm going to forget about it later, and all the wood that we're bringing in right now is going to go to waste. We're going to have some trees left over once winter starts, but some of the trees are going to die away. And since I'm not really using basic right now, I went ahead and take that out. Hopefully I don't forget about it later, because that's going to cause some serious issues. If you notice, I added in the mod that shows both Fahrenheit and Celsius. So for all of you out there that watch my videos, hey, and you're not from the States, check it out. How you know what temperature it is, now you'll know when I'm like, hey, it's gonna be a good temperature, it's gonna feel good outside. So you'll be able to track that. And yeah, I like that mod, it's pretty cool. I also added in the expanded doors mod, which is pretty cool. And I was really hurt to find out that the rim threaded mod does not work with mods. Heartbroken. Because if you don't know, Rimworld only runs on a single core. And you really have to have a very particular processor to really be able to amplify that. So since we don't have that ability, we have runtime GC. Don't hold me to that. I think that's what it's called, but I'm not 100% sure. Speaking of what it's called, if you guys are enjoying the series, let me know down below in the comments what you guys think is going to happen once the zombies start rolling in. Once we have 400, 300, holy cow, I'm glad I remembered to take away that stupid home zone out there, because with the home zone being out there and then we hit the emergency button, right now we're using the home zone as our emergency button. We should totally set up a separate zone later for particular things. Although, no, we need to leave the home zone with for the emergency button. For one, I don't want a whole lot of zones out there, because some people have said that having a lot of zones will cause issues like lag and stuff like that, and I really need to, I don't know, in my playthroughs that haven't been part of this series, I've noticed that the thingy will switch back on me, the whatever mod that is that's causing it, so that I can set up prerequisites and set up like almost, I have no idea what I'm trying to say here. My mind is completely shut down on me, and that was not the correct button. That was not the allow all button. Yeah. Well, man, looking at the world, why not? Might as well. I need to do those plant scraps too here in a little bit, but it's not something that I need to do just yet. I mean, I need to, don't get me wrong, I need to get those plant scraps in, because we're currently using that for fuel. Now, it's not super efficient, it burns really fast, so don't think that having this plant scraps and this thing going early, no, it burns out real quick. It does not last. I mean, eventually we can get it to the point to where, yes, it will be an effective source of additional power, but that is not right now. That is not something that okay, I've kicked it. Plant scraps is a dead horse. Holy hell, here they come, boys. We got zombies out. We gotta take care of it. Now, there is a special zombie called the albino zombie, and they can open doors. They just come into your base and just jack stuff up. So later on, we're gonna have to come up with some kind of kill box design that incorporates being able to deal with zombies and deal with threats, and we need to get that done fast. If I don't get on that, this playthrough is gonna go down. So I want to get the initial parts of the mountain base set up first. Hopefully that doesn't kill this whole thing. And when I say that, what I'm meaning is when Randy decides to throw in a 50-man raid and then drop 200 zombies on top of us and then spawn some mechs inside of her base and really just it's game over time. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to mitigate those red-eyed zombies. No, what those mother truckers, those are the ones that can break the doors. So leaving Logan up there, I think that's going to be the thing. But I need to bring more firepower down here. And I didn't have Kun Lee out here because he was close to a mental break, so I had to give him a little bit of space. But I'm going to have to pull back Logan soon because he's going to go crazy on us. But man, I gotta clear this. I gotta get this done. And I've had to bring Kun Lee out here because these red-eyed zombies, like I said before, they're the enraged ones. They're the ones. Oh God, I need to fix this. This is now a priority. Get over there, Joe. Don't fail me, man. Get that door fixed. Holy cow, get that door fixed because it could be game over. It'd be real bad they get in here. What the heck? Who's been puking? Who's like peeing? Is that pee or puke? I just see white particles falling everywhere. Oh man, this is. I don't. The bodies are disappearing quite quickly though. I wonder if there's a setting where I can keep them around a little bit longer. Now, the cool thing about zombies, the Zombieland mod, is the entities that it adds aren't necessarily entities in themselves. They're just, I don't know how the world it does and the magic of coding and all that, but they do not count towards a cap, so you can have thousands on there. I mean, they are billions up in this freaking place, and it would not hurt your performance. I mean, it might slowly a little bit, but it's not something that necessarily happens all the time. Well, this is really taking a hot minute, and I need to be able to not focus on this. I need to be able to look out and start looking for other zombies, because what we're really worried about are the tanky ones. Not only that, we're worried about the suicide ones. Those guys are rough to take down. Suicide ones not so much, but if we take them down in a certain radius from our defenses are gone. So, man, I need to get to the point to where I can research security. I need to get turrets out as soon as possible. By the way, there is an ability to set the consumption rate of your turrets. So I've set that currently to 90%. So we will have to maintain them. Oh God. Mother trucker. Okay. This has to get fixed right now. I mean, literally right now. Oh, by the way, we also have the mod. Why do I say we? I'm trying to break myself from like little habits. I'm working on it, guys. I'll get there eventually. I don't know when, but I will get there. But we have the malicious robots, or miscellaneous robots. Anyway, they're little like combat drones and stuff like that we can set up. However, I have had issues with them in the past, so what I'm thinking about doing is changing out those robots, the little cleaning bot, the repair bot, the crafting bot. I'm thinking about changing them out to androids. If I have an issue and it causes problems, then I will most definitely set it up so that we can change out those bots for, for other ones. Joe, get this door, buddy. I need it repaired. We need to clean this group out. We're doing pretty good. And I'm gonna have to set everybody else to come down and guard for us, and hopefully hopefully that doesn't break their morale too much, because I need them to do their thing. One other point, and this is not necessarily related to my God, what was I gonna say? Right, I need to get stone cutting up as soon as possible. And we're using marble, which isn't it's not as strong. I picked this freaking map because I thought it was going to be loaded with granite. I thought the mountain we were going to be digging into was going to be like massive amounts of granite. Granite has higher HP, has the highest HP out of all of the stone, obviously. Now, in my opinion, slate looks the best, and I usually go granite slate, and I build with granite, or sorry, I build with slate, but I do my defensive structures in granite. Now that's not going to work. There might be some other things in the mods that I'm not particularly familiar with, like there might be a building material that we could use to make really strong structures and walls. I don't know yet. I've not really jumped into all these mods that I'm playing with completely. Usually I play with a very low mod count and I do very specific things, but this time around I think we got like 100 something mods in here. Granted, most of them, well, by most of them I mean like 80% of them, or 90% rather, they're all like quality of life small changes and things like that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes when it comes to design and everything. And I always usually go with the first, Pirate's Cliff. Yeah, so I have one eye, right? My left eye was damaged severely, and it's very, very, very difficult to see out of it, to the point to where the light coming into the eye overpowers the majority of all images. So I see shapes and I see, I don't know, like shadowy forms of everybody out of the eye. It's very distracting. So whenever I see something, that was way too many blocks. I that was the wrong button to hold when clicking the arrow. Now, before I go back to the eye topic, I want to say that when you're playing zombies, make sure you're adjusting the ingredient radius of whatever tool bench you're working with, because if you have, sometimes pawns' brains are like mine and they break, and there's a granite chunk or a marble chunk sitting next to their desk, but they're going to walk over to the very edge of the map and be like, hey, I'm going to get this. Speaking of very side of the map, I'm going to install the progress renderer mod. So in the future, there's going to be stutters in the game. Hopefully I'll catch those stutters and get rid of them, but unfortunately not. But anyway, back to the eye thing, right? So I have one eye, one functioning eye. The other eye, yes, does work, but it is, like I said, it's useless. Now it has an internal prosthetic, which was supposed to help, but actually made it worse. But that's fine. You know, props to the medical team. They tried their best to fix me up. And for the most part, they did a really good job. I'm very proud of the surgeons who helped me after I got wounded. So, with all that said, every time I see pirate stuff, I get super excited, and I like it. So, that might be a little thing. I hope these guys are okay. Dang. Let's just see what happens. Holy mother, those guys are beasts. I almost want them to fail so I can get their weapon. That was a one shot, one kill, man. That guy had some straight recon in his jeans, man. God. But one thing, I think I said this in now one thing, I believe I said this over in Starbound, but I don't know if I said it in Rimworld. My jaw was what's the right word? It was jacked. I don't know. Something happened to my jaw, fractured or something like that. So I haven't got it fixed yet. I'm waiting for the appointment to get that done, and it's coming up. So it causes me to, whenever I talk, it sometimes sounds like I have a lisp. So I do apologize about that if it messes with audio quality and all that. So very, very sorry, all that, blah, blah, blah. But there's nothing I can do about that. So all I can do is just continue playing this game and talking the best that I can. We got some things going here. I'm probably going to have to readjust Sin's priorities. There's just so much that has to be done right now, and there's so many things that are also priority, you know. Yes, coalition, but we need to be stocked up on food. We need to be stocked up on wood, because for a while we're going to be doing some wood burning generators, and that's going to be something that helps us out, and we need a lot of wood. And I'm thinking storage. Yes, good idea. I just couldn't find it there for a second, so it took me a minute. But get out here, Joe. I need this built right now, man. I don't need you messing around with other important things. Oh, look at that. The priority set to important, and I said important. I wonder if that affected the word that I used. Was that like some kind of subliminal messages from the game? Probably. I fall for that stuff a lot because my brain case the way it worked. But I should probably expand this little semi-temporary structure that we're using here, but I don't really have time for that. And of course, I make the wrong blocks. Good job, me. We need the marble. I was wondering why nothing was getting done. That's why I was like, I wonder if I have to readjust Sin's priorities because there was no blocks were getting done. But no, it was just the fact that I had it set up incorrectly. Now I'm going to be moving the Stonecutter's workbench inside the mountain cave here soon, and then that's going to open up more opportunities for Sin to get the work that we need done. And there's a lot of it. Like, we need to get this set up. I need a kill box design that will both work with zombies and will work with everybody else. So I'm probably not going to put traps inside it, which I would normally do because that would be great. But zombies are always going to be getting into the kill box part. So we're going to need turrets. We're going to need things like that. And man, it's going to be quite difficult to come up with a kill box that will also protect us from Randy Random, but will at the same time help us with zombies. So we're probably going to have some side accesses and things like that. But the only problem is the sappers that come in, the thinner an area is, they will change around their direction and come into that area. So it's, yeah, hopefully the zombies that are out there will also help deal with some of those things. But the big problem is when we freaking get a mechanoid invasion, the little things that drop down. So one of the things we got to do is I really need to get something set up soon to be able to, like I said, handle the kill box area. But at the same time, I need to get Sin off of making freaking blocks and get her on the research table because we need smoke grenades. The best way to get into a freaking mechanoid invasion area is with smoke grenades. And if we don't have those, we're probably screwed. Well, depending on what, oh god, I just seen the blinking lights, y'all, but thankfully they stuck up there in the mountain. Oh, good lord. Which, by the way, if you're gonna play on a hardcore setting, which is what I call this, I call this type of game system, I call it a hardcore setting because there's just, with Randy Random set on I love losing, with freaking zombies set out there, this is hard, y'all. Right now it may not seem hard, but we haven't hit the ramp stage yet. I'm trying to keep our freaking wealth as low as possible just to prevent all this from happening. Y'all gonna see why I call this hard real soon. And when it happens, it's gonna be chaotic. I am worried here, y'all. And I play on hard difficulties all the time. And why is that? That's because it's actually proven that complicated strategic style games are great for TBI victims. Yes, if you has brain damage, play you some StarCraft. Play Rimworld, yo. Play Rimworld on hard. Any type of high information, high complicated game like that is great for brain damage. I shouldn't have put that there. I'm gonna have to move that later. Yep, that was in the wrong spot, but I'll handle that later. But yeah, it's actually proven. StarCraft is actually the game recommended to watch. And speaking of that, if any of y'all are like me and have issues with mental comprehension, let me know in the comments below. I know it's a sensitive thing to talk about, but hey, we might be able to help each other. Maybe you have tips and tricks that you're doing that helps with your mental comprehension that I'm not doing, or maybe I have a few that you're not doing. Well, mine is YouTube. I use YouTube to help with my PTSD, with my TBI issues. Socially, I have a problem being social because of the TBI, so I use YouTube as a social extension. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It helps. All these little things, trying to better oneself is something you should always do. And boys, I think I think we've done good today on today's episode. Speaking of, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday is the Rimworld release days, and we'll, yeah. So as always, my friends, when in doubt, crowbar out.